G'day guys, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the Cats, their final series of late in the last 5-6 years, 5-6 years, and a bit about Chris Scott, the coaching, some similar sore points and some similar scenes we've seen a lot lately in the Cats in their final series. It's been immensely frustrating, and watching this now, man, we just saw Richmond demolish Geelong last night. Haven't lost to them in so long, but yeah, there you go. So I've just got some things on my mind that I just wanted to discuss and almost rant about, I guess, and get a bit of the screen share happening. And been a pretty hot topic, Scotty's coaching, especially in finals, and his record there. So I thought I'd have a bit of a look at some of the games here, and I'm not going to analyse the game from head to toe, but look, been disappointing over the last 5 or so years, especially in finals. And look, everyone's going to say, yeah, we're not the Geelong side of 2007 to 2011. I'm like, that's great. That's great. But when you're positioning yourself to be in top 2 multiple times, top 4, and we're not getting full reward for effort, we're a great home and away side. Scotty has the best home and away record. That's fantastic. That's great. Doesn't matter one bit if you're not going to deliver it in finals. And that comes down to both coaching and player and how they sort of go about their business on game day. But really, it's the coach's job to get players prepared for the big occasions, but it's also the players' responsibility to execute. And we simply didn't do that against Richmond, and in a lot of these games that we're going to go through now. So 2011, fantastic, great. 3 wins, perfect. A premiership. I reckon a couple other people probably could have done similar things. I don't know. I'm not a coach, so I can't say anyone could have done it. But look, when you look at the overall, it's 5 and 7. Not too bad, but 2 of the last 9 finals are wins. So very stark. And I'm going to have a bit of a look now. We got the game. Fremantle Geelong 2012. Freo were in good form. That's fair to say. They were in pretty decent form. This is when they were coming of age in the second half of this year. Geelong, awesome form. They bet Sydney at Simmons. They defeated Adelaide, I think, a few weeks before that. They defeated Hawthorn at the G as well when they were super hot. They bet the Bombers by nearly 100 points late in this year, and we go in $1.25 favourites. I still remember the odds somehow, and we just came out, and look at that. 1 point, and Freo are travelling. And they are not a good MCG side in general and around this era. It's just a shocking display, and this is not the first time. It's going back 3 times now, Richmond and Geelong and Freo. I'll have to check the other game as we check through these, but it's just shocking. Like, this is where it all begins, and I don't know what happens. Do the players not know the pressure's coming? Is the opposition too good? Are we just not up for it? Is the coaching not up for it? There's so many question marks on there that I'm just not sure of here. We work our way back in the game, as you can see here. We threaten, but again, this is where the game's won and lost. The first quarter, you've got to just be absolutely on top. And Freo that night, they were amazing. Their pressure was great, but I feel like I've been saying that about a lot of teams that come up against us in finals, that their pressure was amazing and some of the best pressure they've ever done. Don't know why it's always against us, but anyway, and just non-performance here, I guess. I'm not really going to delve into the exact stats of every single player in every single game, but well, Freo were amazing that night. Get the job done by 16 points. Geelong knocked out straight away when we should have probably won that. So disappointing there. We'll go into the next game, which would have been the final. Freo again. Great start. The great start this time. Couldn't keep it going. No Tommy Hawkins. I think they had a few key defenders out as well, the Dockers. But again, we got our home final here. Chappie's the sub, which would have had him fuming. And off to a reasonable start at home. Crowds up and about. We just bomb the ball in long and high. Freo's pressure again amazing, and they capitalised on our turnovers and our inability to make the most of our opportunities, as we can see. 9-18. A lot of it was Freo's pressure, and there would have been a few rush behinds as well. I'll see if we can see. There was a few there, 5 and 7 apiece. So look, a few of those rushed, but again, didn't really have much system about it there. I mean, a home final, Freo were great that year. They made the grand final, of course. They were a really good side, but look, so are we. We're finishing going into my videos there, but we're finishing at second, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to check the ladder, but we can, oh, there we go. So if we go here, we probably would have finished second otherwise. Yeah. So we're finishing second, Freo finishing third, couple of game and a half clear. Righto, cool. So just inability to convert the chances there. If we win that, we play our home prelim, probably the G, and it makes life a lot easier. Instead we'll probably be stiff against the Hawks, but go down again. Moving into the next final, Port Adelaide, a team that barely played any finals, a team that's so inexperienced. If you have a look at some of these players here, like Calhoun, Manny Logan, Andrew Moore, O'Shea and Pittard. Even these guys here, Wines, Wingard and Young. 3 handballs, there you go. So, absolute inexperience. And we've got all the champions as well. We've got Bartel, you've got Chapman, you've got Corey, you've got Hawkins, you've got Josh Hunt, Steve Johnson, James Kelly, Lonigan, Mackie, Podsy Adley, really good. Joel Selwood, Stokes, multiple premierships, Taylor, Varco even. Absolute superstars. But again, what are we doing? We're going down. And we win this game, that's awesome. Port Adelaide by 23 at half time. I was thinking, gee, we are a chance to lose this game. And that was back when you just knew Geelong would flick a switch, and we did in the end, but should have not been in that position in the first place. And again, just highlights our inability just to come out and just really bash a team early in finals. Like, that's just not good enough, really. Great final win. Pretty lucky and pretty close to the end. Port picked a few back late, but again, you would think a little bit of a better result there. Speaking of games I'm really happy about, Hawks getting over the line here by 5. We did a lot right. It was basically all won and lost in the last quarter when the Hawks piled on 4 goals, 8. So they could have won by even more. And as you can say there, we took our chances there. But again, we're 20 up, 3/4 time. We've won the last 10 or so games against this mob. And again, the Hawks get across the line, and just Geelong not tough enough in those final moments. Varco missing. Can't put too much on that. You can't rely on that to go through or be the reason you didn't draw or win kind of thing. It was probably won and lost when Hawthorn had all those opportunities, and they really got away in that last quarter. Which, again, some absolute superstars here, and no Chapman, no Enright. I understand that. That's all right, but I'm sure the Hawks have had a few out as well. Again, it's just frustrating when you have a hoodoo over a side and can't get the job done. Moving into 2014. And we've got Hawthorn again, so I feel like there's a lot of consecutive losses here against teams. Freo and Hawthorn, pretty good in these times here, and pretty even Stevens at half time. But I felt like we were just hanging on there. Hawks get away, and in the last quarter they really blew the game apart. Pretty tough to sort of mount a case here. I think we finished third again, another top 4 finish. I think the only top 4 finish we haven't had was 2015 when we didn't make it at all, and 2012. And we were just outside the top 4. Yeah, not much you could have done about this game. Hawks, we probably went in thinking we were a chance, but reality was we knew Hawthorn would probably have our number reasonably well. But then you got this. You think, alright Scotty, players be absolutely livid with that. Can't possibly lose to North Melbourne. You'd be shocked if we were. And have a look at this. What a start. What a golden start. And I think we kicked one right on the siren, or a couple right at the end of the quarter. So, look, we made it respectable, but to give a side like North Melbourne, I think they would have finished 7th or something like that. I can double check here while I've got the ladder here. North Melbourne, 6th, and we're 3rd. How many wins in between them? So we're 3 win better side. I think we had a reasonable goal in that year as well. Look, game down by 6 points, but again, I think it got out to 36 or something like that when Zeeble kicked a goal in the last quarter and looked all but done. Amazing fight back, and that's, very well done, but shouldn't need to be that far down against the side that, you wouldn't think you would go down to. North Melbourne do have a bit of a, they do pretty well against us, and Scott Brothers always have a good duel there, but again, players just underperforming. not executing and just giving North far too much time and space there. And where are we at now? 2016. We can get out of that one. Hawthorn and Geelong, and a finals win, believe it or not, guys. So this is our second win in, what are we looking at, 5-6 years. Let's say probably 5 years if you like. A good game this one, and great to get the win. But at the end of the game, I couldn't even watch Isaac Smith, to be honest. I couldn't watch it all. I thought this has happened all year. Hawthorn have just been able to find a way all year, and again they found a way. Luckily he missed, but again at the final siren, and after he missed, it was purely relief. It wasn't, oh yeah, what a great win by Geelong. I mean, you've got to take a finals win, and some teams don't make finals for years. But look, when you're finishing top two, which we finished top two in 2016, a couple of lucky results fell our way, and we also capitalised. Hawthorn were probably on top for a reasonable portion of the game and didn't quite get it on the scoreboard, which is credit to our defence. But again, our Hawthorn got it from one end to the other in under 20-30 seconds. After Lewis misses a torpedo, absolutely goes off the side of the boot and finds a way to Burgoyne, and they move it so well, and Geelong just caught napping late. But we've got the win. Amazing, I guess, outcome. But really, Hawthorn lost it. We didn't really win the game. Obviously, I said Hawthorn had probably majority of the play, didn't quite get on the scoreboard, and they had the final play where we had no say in whether we won or lost. So, yes, quite a telling game, and I guess we made the most of a couple of opportunities. And even late, we had a chance to seal the game. Motlop and a few other guys as well just missed, and we could have been maybe 1-8. Potentially at the last 9. Excuse me. So, lucky win. And then I think we got all what we expected. I went into the game with Sydney thinking, oh, look, we're a chance. I expect Sydney to win and win reasonably well, but I think in the way we lost this was a shocker again. No goals in the opening term, 5 behinds. Credit to Sydney's pressure, and they were amazing that night. It's one of the best games I've seen Sydney play. They were just unbelievable. 7 goals, and they kicked 3 in about 5 minutes. So the game was over at quarter time, as you can see here. And their pressure was simply amazing, like unbelievably good. Some of the best pressure footy I've seen. And we just couldn't handle it again. Couldn't handle the heat. That seems to be a common trend with these games. So that not much needs to be said about this. We got a couple in the third term when Sydney were off a little bit, but game was won and lost. And see, there's a common theme with this first quarter. It's super frustrating. Finishing second again, you think, okay, cool, this is fantastic. We're set up, and if we get past Richmond, we could have a good pathway into the grand final. Enter Richmond, Geelong's lowest score since 1903, so it's over 100 years. Unbelievable. My eyes a little bit not crying. I've just got a bit of sleep in the old eye. Look at that start again. 4 behinds, and we had a good 10 minutes of ascendancy and couldn't make the most of it. It was one of the most frustrating games to watch. Shorty was going off his nut. He was punching chairs and stuff, and good on him. I mean, that's how I felt as well. Just super frustrating. Understand Richmond are a great side, and we're not a good side at the MCG, and Richmond's pressure is really good when they're on, but we just didn't come to play. But a lot of our mistakes were due to Richmond's pressure and the way they set up and their system. We had no system at all. I'll have a review of this one with Shorty later on in the piece and upload that for you guys. But again, just some stark numbers. We're the best last quarter side for the year, pretty much. And look at that. So I don't know what happened there. Just didn't step up when it counted. Obviously, I'll have more thoughts with Shorty later on. But again, I'm frustrated. Cats fan, I'm so excited and so proud and so lucky that I've seen those premierships. That's fantastic. It's all good. We always want more, of course, as supporters. But again, you can't finish top 2, and anyone that finishes top 2 would be shocked if they didn't make the grand final. It's been pretty clear cut. Finishing top 2 seems to be where you want to finish. Top 4 isn't always fantastic, but when you're a Melbourne side, can sort of help a little bit if you're playing another Melbourne side, even though we're a Geelong-based side. But anyway, look, credit to Richmond on the night there. I just want to know why we can't deliver in finals and why we're going back to a bit of the old Geelong. Don't know what's happening. I know we don't have an amazing list, but if we've been good enough in enough games to set ourselves up in a position to be in the top two and really at the point end of the year, how can you come to a game and show up like that? Like, disastrous. Even some of these top possession winners were awful on the night with the way they use the footy. Good in the way that they tried hard and stuff, but execution from the club as a whole was terrible. Probably out straight sets if Sydney get the win, and even if Essendon win, we no shoe-in to beat them or beat anyone, to be honest. So I just want to know what's going on. I'm frustrated, as I said, throughout the video. I just don't know why we can't deliver in these big games, if we can deliver in enough big games in the home and away. And I'm sure we're aware the pressure lifts in finals. I'm sure players are aware of that. Maybe we're just not a good list. Maybe we do overestimate a bit and overachieve. I don't know if you can actually do that, but just can't understand how that home and away form cannot translate. And why can't we be the side to provide frenetic pressure and absolute perfect execution on the night? Just baffles me how you can finish in that position. And I know the competition's even. I know Richmond are a great side. I know we're not a great MCG side, and I know all these things. And that's, I've said a lot. That's good, but you can't be finishing this high and not making a chance. We really should have had a fourth premiership under the belt in the last 10 years with these types of finishes. Yeah, it's super disappointing because you never know when we'll be there again. We might not make the finals for 10 years. Who knows? Like, that's just the thing, and you've got to take your opportunities when they come. Understand Richmond haven't won a final in 16 years, and understand you guys are like, yeah, that's cute that you've lost this one and lost a few, but we've been a laughing stock for 30 years, and that's fine. But when you're finishing here around these marks, you shouldn't be at least getting beaten by that. Absolutely putrid is all I can say with that result. I'm fired up today, guys. That's all I can say. That's how much I care for my club. I want them to do well, and I'm not just being a negative saying, dump the coaches, get rid of them, sack the list and things like that. I'm providing clarity, providing a little bit of insight to what's been going on with finals and sort of questioning why is this such a hurdle for us. When you've got big games in the home and away and you have to deliver, but then when it comes to set yourself up for a good spot in the finals, and then you can't deliver in finals, no point making the finals almost. We could go out next week to Sydney and it'll be all that hard work for nothing. So, look, I understand teams go out in straight sets sometimes, and that's how footy is, but super frustrating when you put yourself in that position to contend. And we know Scott's a great home and away coach, and I don't think we're probably shocked by the result, but we're not surprised in, I guess, what we expected with how we went in the finals. The jury wasn't out on whether we could deliver in the home and away. The jury was going to be out on this final series in particular, and we've just failed again. So yeah, Bombers will Sydney next week. See how we go. Hope you've enjoyed the long little rant and complain and whinge from myself. I just care for the Cats, that's all, guys. I just wanted to have a bit of a chat and just get a bit of a screen share happening. I'm quite enjoying these screen shares, actually. It's just cool just browsing around and just talking random garbage. So, look, I hope you enjoyed the video, and feel free to put in any thoughts you've got regarding anything I've said with finals record and inability to convert in big games when they've really, really counted. Just lack a bit of toughness at the moment. I don't think we lack effort necessarily, but execution on the night, on these big nights, are just found wanting. So, love to hear your thoughts in the comments. It'd be great. Give the video a like as well if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more of these. It'd be great. Hopefully Cats get the win next week, guys. I'll see you all next time.